You have likely heard the common myth that the human brain stops growing at 25, and that if you haven't reached your peak by 30, you are falling behind. But science and psychology have just identified a different milestone. Welcome to the superpower of 33. This is not just another birthday, it is a biopsychological apex, a unique convergence of cognitive peak, emotional stability, and the reemergence of a powerful can-do spirit. Today, we are diving into the neurobiology of the second awakening and the thermodynamics of life re-architecture to show you why your 30s are not a second chance, but your actual launch date. It is easy to feel stuck when society tells you that your best years are in the rearview mirror, but the data suggests otherwise. Research indicates that the ability to recognize faces and discern complex patterns reaches its peak at 32. In the realm of high-level strategy and abstract thinking, even chess grandmasters often hit their stride at 31. This is the golden time for the brain's storm of intellectual power. Furthermore, 70% of individuals do not reach their true happiness peak until age 33. This surge in satisfaction is rooted in a realist hope, a combination of living in the moment and finally worrying less about the superficial anxieties that dominate your 20s. To understand why this transition feels so intense, we look to the seasons of life framework. The years between 28 and 33 are known as the age 30 transition. This is a critical turning point where you come face to face with the dream you formed in your youth. The provisional quality of your 20s begins to fade, replaced by a sense of urgency. You might feel like you must change now, or it will soon be too late. This is the gateway between being a novice in the adult world and entering the settling down period, where you become a senior member of your field.
If you feel a sense of disorder or chaos during this shift, thermodynamics offers a profound explanation. Biological organisms are entropy engines, islands of order in a universe trending toward chaos. According to the second law of thermodynamics, systems naturally deteriorate unless you constantly input energy to maintain them. Therefore, the discomfort you feel when starting a new major, moving to a new continent, or pivoting your career is not a sign of failure. It is the literal energetic cost of building a more complex, ordered life structure. You are importing information and energy to achieve negentropy, the reversal of disorder. The beauty of this transition is that it is underpinned by state functions. In physics, a state function depends only on your current state, not the path you took to get there. Your internal energy, your accumulated wisdom, resilience, and maturity exist at 33 regardless of whether you spent your 20s in a stable job or traveling the world. This internal energy is transferable. You aren't starting over. You are re-elaborating existing data into a new framework. The discipline and time management habits you've already built are not lost. They are the foundation for the work to be done in your next chapter. For those in medicine, engineering, or tech, this maturity is a competitive advantage. You are now a mature career changer with a decade of professional clarity. You no longer need extensive self-assessments because your life experience has already confirmed your strengths. Successful transitions at this age are the result of strategic microsteps, performing a values inventory to align your path with what truly matters, and a skills audit to identify the bridges between industries. You can now use narrative reframing to show how your maturity meets new needs, positioning yourself with the big picture thinking that younger candidates often lack.
This path of re-architecture is often a heroic endeavor, especially if it involves the heroic path of continental relocation. Integrating into a new society requires a total re-architecture of the self, navigating language barriers and cultural hysteresis. But for those who do not wish to move, the ability to build yourself home, creating a new language, a new major, and a new spiritual practice within your own environment is just as transformative. It is a time of ego death, where you abandon the 20-something self, driven by societal approval, to embrace an unshakable confidence in your own identity. To sustain this transition, you must maintain your internal energy through sport and spiritual infrastructure. Learning a new physical sport in your 30s is more than just exercise. It stimulates the motor cortex and increases myelination, effectively rewiring your brain for better communication between neurons. This active stability provides the resilience needed to view setbacks as data points rather than terminal failures. Simultaneously, adopting sacred rhythms, prioritizing rest and self-examination, allows your system to recover from the taxing nature of change. The ultimate goal of this journey is to move from a closed system to an open system. A closed system is isolated and suffers from increasing disorder. An open system, however, is interdependent with its environment, constantly importing new information and energy. By revisiting the same variables of your life with increased dimensional access, you stop proving yourself and start becoming yourself. Your 30s are the age of awakening. You have the hardware of neuroplasticity and the software of a decade of experience. You are not falling behind. You are simply moving from a closed loop into an open spiral of continuous growth. The window has not closed. It has finally opened wide enough for you to see the view. It is time to authorize the version of yourself you were always meant to be. Every day after 33 is a good day to begin the work of building a more purposeful, ordered, and fulfilling existence.